Oh, buddy, buddy, buddy. Okay, I know. Especially when I say I know. Oh, too far to the left, too far to the right. There we go. I'm trying to get myself. I feel like I'm a little crooked, just a little crooked, and it irritates me because I don't want to be. I think that's. I think that's okay. Hey, there's our special guest who just joined us. I think that is level. I think it's level. I think it is. I think it is. So, Melissa, if you just hit that request to join button, I am certain it will work for us and we'll get you on. I'm living that partially retired life, which is kind of funny. Most of the folks in my neighborhood, on this part of the neighborhood, I should say, are close to retirement, about to retire, or they are retired. Hey. You know what? It is Friday, and Friday is always a good day for a rosé. So if you got a little glass of something, by all means, grab your glass and come on. But because it is Friday, I had to get the neighborhood tea from our neighborhood watch. Like, she is literally always watching. So I am never concerned that somebody's going to come to my house and try to like break in, because my neighbor is always in the window. Always. Now we have like Ring cameras and stuff. But they're not as good as my neighbor. Can I just say that? Like, she stays on she's got everybody's business. I'm just like, oh, okay. So what should be a quick 5-minute, hey, how are you doing, becomes let's see, I went outside at 1:10. I came back in at 1:55. So when you're like semi-retired or retired, you kind of just, I guess you just talk all day is what that happens. But it's kind of nice out. It's not too hot down here in Texas. Or is it up here? Because we're in North Texas. It's not too hot. So it's working for us. So today, this is our second Instagram live, because sometimes I just feel like talking to people. This introvert finds like 2 hours where she can like really get into people. Actually, I can do more than 2 hours, but I'm just saying. So today we are going to continue our conversation. We have Melissa coming up, and she's going to talk with us about living your dreams. And I guess, you know what? I am certain she is going to have product to share with us. Let's see if technology is working for us, because, technology does its thing sometimes. Let us see. I know I hit the little button to say it said yes. Should I hit it again? Let us see here. Let us see. Okay. Well, it said go live. We'll see. We'll see what's going on there. But I should have probably brought up what I purchased from Melissa. And you know what I like? Let me just do a little background here. So at a company that we work together, they would do this sort of like art show, and it allowed employees to share their creative side with the entire office, right? Office and warehouse. And so we were able to sell our wares at this art show, not actively, sort of passively sell. And so I was always amazed and really, really inspired and impressed by what my coworkers created. Like, in my head, we are not our job per se, right? Like, your job is how you bring, money into your home and put food on the table and take care of your necessities. But all of us are creative in one way or another. It could be through dance, it could be through music, it could be through painting, it could be through photography, it could be through jewelry. And we have some really creative people in that company. So I was always impressed when I see people's work and like this whole other side of them that I thought, this is actually pretty damn cool. So Melissa has some amazing, amazing work. And so I'm highly excited to share it with everybody today, and also really talk about living your dreams and how do you take that creative side of you and perhaps, bring in a few extra dollars. That can't be a bad thing. It cannot be a bad thing. All right. So, let me check this again. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just made an album once, but
Hey,
I
I
don't know
figured
if
it out.
singing is ideal. Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry about
My headphones, they are like, they just sort of die out, but that's okay. I don't need them because I can talk loud anyway.
how are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me on live today.
Thank you for giving me your time. I was telling the makeup artist earlier that, asking people to give them an hour of their time to sort of share your story, share advice, share your art. It's a little daunting because it's not that I've had a lot of no's, but it's still the whole idea of, are they going to say no to me? Are they going to say no to me? Please don't say no to me. Please don't say
Never,
no to me.
never.
It is still there. There is still some sort of like, just don't say no to me, please. But I have a list. I literally have a list of people that I would like to invite. And, I was a wallflower in high school. I'm still a slight wallflower, depending on where I am. And so making that move to say, hey, because think about it, like I'm going to someone's DMs, literally sliding into the DM saying, hey, you want to talk for a little bit?
Sound creepy at all.
I'm not creepy at all. So, I'm kind of like, maybe I should sort of figure out some things. But we're working on it. We are working on it. So before we get too far into stuff, let's start with who you are. So please introduce yourself and introduce what you do.
So my name is Melissa. My company is definitely Milli, and I paint things with alcohol ink. It used to be cards only, but about a year ago, I branched out into ceramics, glass. Basically, if it's non-porous, it is not safe with me. I will paint it.
Now, before we go too far, we have to talk about the name change. Because I was like, wait a minute, didn't we just talk about this? I was like, wait a minute, didn't we? I thought we were.
I
Because
know.
you are definitely more than cards now. You are definitely more than cards. So where did the name come from? Definitely Millie.
So Millie is my nickname, and
Oh.
definitely with a capital F is a play on my last name, DeFreitas. So
Mm.
I think the goal for me is that someday, when I'm not having to do accounting anymore, people can see my things in a shop and go, "Oh, that's definitely Millie."
Oh, sweet. I like that.
That's the goal.
I like that. That's badass. That is awesome. Well, congrats on the name change. I love it. I was like, now where did that come from? Because you're always thinking, how do people get their name? I mean, I have to say, when I went into the county office to get my DBA, and she's like, what's your business name? I was like, Photography. She's like, okay, Jim Talkie, there it is. And I thought, God, that's the wackest name. Like, there's nothing special about it. I thought, really? Is that all you got? Is all I had at that moment.
That's what
But it's working. It's working now. Cause like, well, yeah, I'm G, and yeah, this is what I do. So, okay. So sweet. I like it. I like it. Now, let's get into some things. First of all, let's talk about you because you mentioned that you're doing accounting, and I've read your bio on Instagram that you're an accountant by day, and you're like this creative at night. So give us some background. How did we get here?
Right. So my day job is I'm an assistant controller for a home builder in Dallas, the Dallas area, and that's what pays the bills for now. So that's what I do. But if I'm not at work or at the gym, I'm right here at my art table. And my goal is to stop working in a few years and do this, because this is my passion. This is my happy place for sure.
Sweet. I was just saying as people were logging on that, we are not our jobs. Our jobs do help pay the bills, right? Sometimes some of us are able to take the job and make it into our passion, and the two come together. But a lot of times, we have all of these other facets of our life that are so interesting. And I mentioned the art show that we used to do at our old job, where we were able to see other sides of people. And I literally was in awe. Some
Right.
of the woodwork, the metalwork, the jewelry. I thought,
Yeah,
who are these people?
so many people have outside interests that are way more fascinating than what they do for their day job, and that is their passion.
So when did you start this exactly? Because I mean, I'm trying to think. I remember, I always remembered cards. I remember stationery or cards. And I remember seeing that way back when. But when did that part start? And when did you get into like these physical products?
So I've been working with alcohol inks for at least 10 years and have done cards. And then last year, when I was able to stop working so hard at the day job, had a little, I just started watching anything Skillshare videos, YouTube videos, just started signing up for online classes to try to build a set. And the first time I saw someone do a coffee mug, I thought, wait a minute, what? I'm gonna have to try that. And I did, and that was just a year ago, February.
Really?
And
Is it really only been a year?
sorry,
It's only been a year?
for the ceramics and
Yeah.
non card things, yeah. And I did a few coffee mugs and I took them to work and they got a really good response. So I kept, doing more. And then someone said, "Have you ever thought about doing like bud vases?" Okay, sure, I'll try that. So then I just started expanding, and even now, I'll try a new product if someone asks me. So like this was a friend the other day said, "Will you paint the handle, the cake knife for my daughter's wedding?" Well, sure, I'll try that.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So as people come up with different ideas for me, I like it because it pushes me beyond what I
Mhm.
probably would have thought of. The teacups back here on the bottom row here,
Yeah.
that was suggested by one of the shops that carries my items. I brought some coffee mugs into her and coasters, and she said, "Hey, grab those teacups off the shelf there and take those home and paint them." Okay, I'll do that. So it's just kind of exploded and started selling in 2 shops last February.
Oh man.
Crazy.
That's yeah. I was just saying earlier, I don't know if it's just how all of the events we've had lately are coming together for those who are small business owners, but there is clearly a shift that is taking place. And if you're riding that wave and you're jumping in, it's going to work in your favor. That's for sure. Because
Yeah.
there is this deal of, I don't mind going to like, no, I'm not gonna lie. I don't go to the store. I mean, I'm an online shopper. I am not getting out of this house unless I really have to. Uh,
Same.
you know? So, but I do have a sincere appreciation for handcrafted gifts and pieces versus going to the masses. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So there is like a shift in, and Etsy has been around for a while. A lot of folks sell things on Etsy, but there's it's easier to do it now. Even like with Shopify, there's so many ways to put your product out there and reach a lot of people that wasn't there before. I mean, Amazon included.
Right.
So there's so many options. So you have 2 shops where you're currently selling your creations. And what are those shops, by the way, before we forget?
So one is called Jacaranda Gift Shop, and it's in Coppell on Bethel. And then the other is called Willow Cottage, and it's in Grapevine on Main Street, right in the middle. Yeah, great.
Now, did you seek them out to say, hey, I want to try doing like some sort of small batch of product to see how it works, or was it them coming to you, or how did that come about?
So it was really fortunate. A mutual friend of ours actually knows the owner of Jacaranda, Brooke Mintier, and she
Hmm.
kept me post things on Facebook, and she said, okay, I'm going to send your Instagram account to my friend who owns a shop here. And because she may want to carry your things because she likes to carry local artists.
Mm.
So the shop owner reached out to me and she said, I love your things. I'd love to carry them. And I'm like, okay. You know, very exciting. And then for Willow Cottage, I just added Willow Cottage in November.
Okay.
Another mutual friend, Beth Gonzalez, knows the owner of that shop. And she did the same thing. She sent pictures of my work to her, and then they reached out to me. So, I mean, I'm so appreciative. I
Yeah.
don't know that I would have been brave enough to do that otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been really great. And I recently talked to the shop manager at some shops at the Gaylord.
Oh, okay.
And got the name of their corporate buyer. So that's kind of in the works now. And I hope to be carried in some of their hotel shops.
Man. So, okay, so knowing that we have those mutual friends, clearly when you're a merchandiser, you're always a merchandiser.
Right, right.
You're always thinking, you know what, so-and-so should carry your product. Let me go ahead and so, but what's really great though is to have a community or a tribe that believes in your products and believes in you and wants to see you succeed. So that's actually very, very awesome.
And
That there are people who see just how great you are.
You are a big
Say
part
that
of
again?
that, and I really appreciate your support. I really do. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, here's the deal. So I do like buying things that are small business based. I am fully aware of my biases. And I say it every single time. If it's a small business, I'm probably going to look at it. If it's done by a woman, more so, a Black woman, more so, from Houston or New York, even more so. So I'm aware of my biases, hands down. So there's no shame there. It's like, oh, who made that? A lady? Yeah, I'll take 15 of those.
Exactly. We
So
love
it's just
you.
what it is. I know. But I will say this, though. I will say this. Your work is great. And it's funny because I was thinking to myself, like, I have been looking at, I think you recently posted, like, is it a tray that you made for somebody? Is that what you did for someone? Was it a tray?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said, okay, Gwendolyn, you need to get you some stuff for like the patio because I need to add on to my collection because it was the coasters are very nice. Funny enough, my husband, he has taken one. It is permanently on his nightstand, right? Because I see them in the family room. And I was like, well, why is there's only three here? Like, where's the other? And I go in there and I said, but he took one of my coasters. But they are so beautiful, and it matches the home extremely well. So I keep one set in here, and then when we're outside, we take one set outside to use on the patio table there. But I need a tray now. It's like I need a tray, I need a bud vase. Like you've got all the things going right now.
I do.
In terms of pieces.
For a challenge, and let's see. Can you see this lamp? That's next.
Yeah. You got a lamp that's coming up next.
These are the guys in waiting here. But
oh my goodness. Well, you recently did wine glasses, right?
I did. Those are fun. So I've done stemless and with a stem. I think I have one actually. So yeah. Yeah,
because I was like, Gwendolyn could use some champagne glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a champagne girl myself, so
Yes, yeah. So we could use some champagne glasses. I'm gonna have to hit you up after this Instagram live and put another order in to get some more stuff in here. So tell me this: where does your creativity come from? Like, what inspires you?
You know what I love about alcohol inks is that it's so it's such a forgiving medium. I mean, I do accounting, right? which is exacting and very cut and dried. And there is an answer. You have to find it. And with this, there's no right answer. I keep going until I get what I like. And my blending solution that I use is just 91% isopropyl alcohol. So,
really?
yes. So because these are a little bit dense and you need something to get them to start to, and I use a heat gun to move them around. But if I don't like it, I just pour isopropyl alcohol over it and I start all over. And it's just so, it allows the perfectionist in me to shut up. Sit down. Sit down. I got this. So that's why I really like it. But inspirations come from customers. You've seen, I posted lately, somebody said, hey, a friend of mine just renovated her office. She's a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Here's the back wall. And I'd love to give her some coffee mugs to go in her reception area. So great. That's all I need. Because if someone tells me I need blue mugs, well, blue can be, there's lots of blues. So send me a picture and then we're good. And then right before that, a friend sent me, her daughter had just renovated her kitchen cabinets with a kind of a forest green color. And she likes to grow plants, so she wanted some platters for her plants. Okay, I got you.
I saw that. That was a beautiful green.
Thank you.
I was like, oh man. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, really? I mean, there's just so many ways that you can take it. And the fact that, those pieces, I'm going to get a little philosophical here. They represent life. We are all mixtures of something, right? Beautifully made, but yet also individual, right? And so to really appreciate that is just, it's you don't have the words for it exactly, but I'm thinking that's like, no one is ever just the same.
Right.
And when you create these pieces, every single one is stunning. Like, I haven't seen anything that's not, I don't even have pets, and I thought, should I buy some of those pet things? Because those are cute, but I don't have any animals. I don't have any animals in my home.
Oh, the paw print mugs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the paw print mugs. I was like, those are so cute, but I don't have any animals. I'm not, I would like to, but we travel too much.
Neither do I, but that was one of the shop owners again saying, hey, pet items are big sellers. Do you think?
Yeah.
And that was all I needed. Like, okay, I got it. I'm on it. But I love it when people come to me and say, have you ever tried painting one of those? I just say, no, but I will do that for you. Let me try that.
Oh. So you've got a mixture of, so you have your mainstays. So you are still creating your cards, yes?
Yes, I have several in the works right now.
So
these are just different. I know you like the purple.
I know. You sure that wasn't on purpose, Melissa?
Girl,
are you doing things on purpose? Okay, so like, can I get that on a champagne glass? Can I get that on a champagne glass? Because that would be like really badass.
I'm gonna have to try that, Gwendolyn, just for you.
I'm like, oh, that's so pretty.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
And then for the shops, I do Christmas cards for them to stock.
Nice. So we have your cards. We're seeing mugs, but then there's also a place where you will do custom work for people as well.
Yes. Yeah. Usually it's just somebody will reach out to me on Facebook or friends will text me, and that between the two shops and that, it's great. It's great. I never have, a point where I'm sitting at my table going, well, what should I do now? So good. Got my this is my list of orders that are waiting right here.
Perfect. I was just going there because, there are a lot of people who are at a place where I have the full-time job because I need something that provides some stability to support this other dream that I have. How do you manage your time between the two?
It's it's tricky, but again, I'm finally at a company and I finally have a staff that it allows me to leave at 5 every day. I'm not staying until 7:30 and not having to work all weekend. And that has helped immensely. And yeah, I set a schedule for myself because everything, except for the cards, everything I paint needs to get about 7 layers of protectant. And
Really?
you can only do it every 4 hours or so. So it's a couple, it's a few days in the process. So I just try to schedule it out. Like, okay, on Friday night I need to spray these, and then on Saturday I need to, put resin on these, and so I just try to kind of stay scheduled out to keep track
Wow.
of everything.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't know it had that many layers. I was like, really? 7? Okay. So you obviously have to have some things starting. These are in the middle, and this is like on its way towards the 2 stops.
Yes. As you work your way around this room here, I've got, okay, these need to be sprayed tomorrow. These need to be, sealed Saturday. These need to be all. So I've just got kind of an assembly line. But the coasters that I do, those only have 4 layers. They have 2 coats of a spray that keeps the inks from bleeding. And then I put a UV protectant spray on there so they won't fade, because alcohol inks do tend to fade over time, but this will slow that down. And then the coasters have a resin on them, which I love because it just gives it a real depth of color. The mugs I seal with a different, I don't put resin on the mugs. Those have a sealant that is food safe and requires about 7 coats of that. And that can be done 4 hours apart. So.
I'm thinking to myself, I mean, you've mentioned that you're working towards your Act 2, as I like to call it, right? People are like, are you done? It's like, no, this is just, that was Act 1. This is Act 2. Now I'm really getting into character.
Exactly. Melissa 2.0. Right.
Yeah, there you go. Melissa 2.0. So when you are sitting down, like, are you a person who journals and keeps ideas and thoughts about like where this business currently is and where you want to see it going? Or are you kind of like organic?
Very good question. I would say really only as of last year when I started selling in the shops, I thought, okay, maybe I do need to think about actually kind of doing this as a job, because I love it so much. I mean, I've met with a financial advisor. I've registered the business name. I've met with a financial advisor. I said, okay, I only want to do accounting day job for like 3-4 more years. So let's figure this out. Because I want to do fun stuff. He said, okay. So I would say that it's very recently that I've started thinking, okay, I need to reach out to more retailers. I need to find more avenues that are going to provide the revenue stream I need when I'm ready to say bye-bye to #day job.
Yeah, I would. People always ask the idea of, do you just quit your job and say, I'm going all in? Me, I'm kind of like, nah, I'm not doing that. I've been there, done that. It is not a great feeling. It doesn't feel good. Healthcare matters. So it's like, yeah, no, I need a plan. I need a plan in place to prepare myself to do now I'm walking away and I feel good walking away.
Exactly. You do need to have a plan. And that's another reason I met with a financial advisor and said, look, here's what I want to do for real. So I need you to help me figure out how that's going to pay the bills after I leave the corporate world. So that is part of the plan. But yeah, you can't just quit your job and just like, okay, now I'm going to paint all day and sell them. That doesn't, that's not a good plan. That makes the accountant and me get twitchy.
Only imagine the accounting you say, we're not doing that. Like, I don't, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
So tell me this, because clearly I am hearing that your community has rallied around you and they are supporting your dreams. So how important have you found it to have a tribe that believes in you and supports those dreams? How important has that been to you, like emotionally, mentally, financially?
I would not be doing this today if I didn't have a tribe saying, you need to do that. I really wouldn't. And don't make me get emotional. Do not make me get emotional. But I've connected with some artists on Instagram. They are so generous with their information. I can ask them questions. Skillshare. Have you heard of Skillshare, the
I
website?
have Skillshare, yeah.
Such a great resource. I mean, you can learn anything you want to on there. And the teachers on those courses are just they're very available. They're super generous with their information.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I've connected with an artist in Maine who helps me when I have a question about a different sealant, or, how we found this brand of alcohol inks to work. And my friends, absolutely, including you, have just been such a great support and encouragement that, I just finally started thinking, well, okay, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try to make some money at that, because I'm doing it anyway. I might as well be, doing it. And it means so much to me when I finally give it to the person and they like it. Ah, okay, day made. I enjoy seeing, just giving and making people happy. So,
Mhm.
you know, with mine, like you said, every single piece is unique. Like, even when I make a set of 8, as you know, or 4, they're going to
Mhm.
be, each one's going to be different. But I kind of like that, because that I sat there and worked on it until I liked it. And just for you, I want the color you like. I want the style you like. So that's really important to me, and a big piece of it. So I wouldn't be here without my tribe.
That is so awesome. Like people often, I have found, I have found that, humans, we're really like either on this side or that side on certain things, right? Most of us really drive like we're somewhere here in the middle, but there is that one group that believes that whatever info I have to hoard it because I don't want you to get in front of me or ahead of me or take my business. And I think about a fellow colleague, John T, who said, "There's enough pie for everybody." You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of business people. There's plenty of business. Calm down, right?
Yeah,
But more than that, like what we offer, when people buy from you or someone else, they are getting a piece of you. And no one can be Melissa, right? Or do it the way you do. Even if it looks somewhat similar, there is something about it that is yours specifically that makes it special. So it's like, what are you afraid of if you tell somebody how to seal something or what to use or what paint to buy? It's gonna be okay. There's plenty of pie to go around. Like, calm down.
right,
So,
right.
on the other half, are those who are like, I'm gonna say it, secure within myself to help you get you where you need to be, because the more the merrier, right? Like, it doesn't have to be sort of crab in the barrel mentality. You know what I mean?
Yes, we are here to support each other. We need each other. I mean, we wouldn't have this industry. We wouldn't have this niche if we didn't have each other. So I totally agree. I mean, there was an artist, a Rhode Island artist that I connected with on Instagram, and she did start to feel, she stopped answering my questions because I guess she thought she didn't want to share anymore. So, and I understand that. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, no judgment. I I get it. That's not my plan to overtake the world with alcoholing, but I totally get it. And no problem. But there are so many people who are willing to help and support each other. And I'm in a couple of Facebook groups they're all really helpful.
Mhm.
So there's just you can find the support you need. You just need to go look for it.
Sweet. So we were talking earlier about living your dreams. Because as you were saying, you're working towards Melissa 2.0. What is some of the advice you have someone that? Because I know you're an accountant, and that number person's like carry the one. So what is some of your advice for yourself or for others if they're working towards this next act and like living their passion?
I would say go ahead and stretch. Go ahead and do the things you've been telling yourself you can't do. Yes, you can.
Mm.
Yes, you can. And listen to your tribe when they tell you you need to be doing this and you need to be sharing that with the world. And I say just find the resources you need, make a plan and just do it. Just this is what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Stop. If you're just going to your day job and that's not really your passion, that's great. Like you said, it pays the bills, but that's just living, right? That's just
Mhm.
surviving. This is what I would call living. So
Right.
we need to do that. Go out and live life. Don't let life live you. So
No, let me, because I am known for going down. Let me put this. Let me put the alcohol down real quick. Hold on. We're getting serious. Hold on. I am known for going down a path. What do you think? Why do you believe so many people are fearful of going beyond what they believe they're capable of, right? Like what stops us from, because I mean, I know as a creative, and I know you're a creative too, your art is so personal and you feel a little judged when people are like, I don't like that photo. I'm thinking, really? Like, that's my favorite one. Okay. So I know there's always that. But what do you believe is holding us back from going out there and living what you really want to do?
I think it's a fear of vulnerability.
Ooh, okay.
You do
Yeah.
have to have the confidence. You're right. It's very personal. I worked really
Mhm.
hard on this. This came from my heart. It's just you need to get to a point where you don't take it personally if that's not someone's thing. They might
Mhm.
really like a different style. Great. Okay. Let me try that for you. Um, but I do think it's just a fear of being vulnerable, and you have to have confidence to know that yes, this is a good product. My intention behind this was 100%. Um,
Mhm.
and don't worry about being judged because there are many other people out there who don't judge you. Uh, and so you just need to find them.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you there. I mean, when you mentioned that, the whole idea of being vulnerable, did you like I know you have uh some friends who we all are aware of. Do you find yourself going to them for advice, or do you have an advisor for your business? You have the financial advisor, but do you have someone on the business side saying, hey, here are some other ideas to consider when you're working with XYZ shop or trying to get into blah, blah, blah business? Do you have someone in that corner as well to support you in your decisions?
Yes. More mutual friends of ours.
We know some good, first of all, okay, so we know some good people.
We do know some good people. One of our friends will tell me how to merchandise my items. Okay,
Okay.
those mugs for Valentine's Day are great. Melissa, I love the heart. I love the colors. Here's what you need to do. You take some to the shop, and some of them will have tissue paper and candy in it. Some will have,
Yes.
I mean, things that I wouldn't think of because hashtag accountant. Um,
Hashtag.
Yeah. So she's been a really great help with that. And actually going to the Gaylord, that wasn't my idea. That was somebody else's idea. You know what you need to do, Melissa? What do I need to do? You tell me. You need to go to the Gaylord and talk to the manager of those shops. You need to find out who their suppliers are. You need to see which shop your items would be a good fit for. And then you need to show them your products. Okay, sure. Yes, ma'am.
How is it that people, and I still don't like, what is, I don't want to call it bizarre, but I'm trying to figure out the whole human thing behind it. So a few days ago, my brother recommended me and my expertise to a fellow barber that he knows, because this barber wants to grow his business, but he doesn't know where to start. And he was like, oh, well, my sister, she does blah, 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 and she can help you out, da, 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 da. And so I'm giving this guy like very basic info to just get started. And so after he's on his way, he's like, so when do you plan on charging like your consultation prices? Because you're like, you're just giving info away. I was like, I don't know. Like he was like the third person in that week, this week, pardon me, who has said, you really should be charging for that. I'm like,
Exactly.
so it's like, how is it that other people will always see like this grand idea for us, and then we're kind of like, well, I guess I could, I suppose so. I don't know what that's about.
Because we're the creatives. We just want to
Yeah,
sit and make. We just want to
yeah.
sit and make things. And then, but I think that's another thing that holds people back from following their dreams. They
Mhm.
they don't want to even step out into it unless they feel like they know everything they need to know about it before even getting started.
Yeah,
No, you need to have kind of
yeah.
an idea, but you also need to surround yourself with people who have skill set that you don't have. They complement yours. So like my friend who suggested the merchandising idea, I'm like, okay, I
Mhm.
would have thought of that. I just sit and paint. here, here, you tell me what this needs to look like before I take it to the shop. And so, I would say to someone, don't hold yourself back if you think you don't have all the answers for how to market it and how much to charge even, uh,
Mhm.
or what
Mhm.
all you need to be doing. Like for you, maybe, do I need to do black and white portraits only? Do I need to do color? You know what I mean? This is an example.
Mhm.
Find someone you trust who might have the answer to that question. Talk to your tribe. And, what I found, and I'm sure you have too, I mean, your brother, is people love you and they want you to succeed and they are excited to participate in your success. Those are the people.
Right?
Those are the people you
Yes.
surround yourself with. So you don't need to have all the answers. Just find somebody who has the answer to that thing, and then find somebody who has the answer to that thing, and keep it close.
You know what? You make a very good point. If you have your community and your tribe around you, they will do everything possible to help you succeed. And they want to cheer you on. Like they are genuinely looking for ways to help you get to that next level. Even if you think, well, I'm not ready. They're like, nope, you've got it. And
Yes.
there is no way that you're ever going to have everything down, because we are always evolving, and you want to be always learning something new. Well, the moment you get settled, you get stale, stagnant, things kind of go down the wayside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I like it when someone will come to me and say, "Hey, have you ever painted the knife a knife handle?" No, no, but I will try that.
Never considered it.
Yeah, that's not something I ever would have thought to do ever. And so that's why I
Yeah.
like it, because it makes me stretch. And the little lamp, somebody gave that to me. Hey, this looks like something you could paint. Okay, I'll try that.
So,
Yeah.
let's talk about the products here. Now, do you have anything? We know we're working on some custom things, but do you have anything else that you want to explore in terms of like products that you're painting?
Yes. I'm
No.
glad you asked.
But I do
I,
have some things.
as it happens, no. I really want to get into painting canvases. I really want to try that.
Mm. Oh, wow.
So I know
That could be very exciting.
it could be very exciting. And I thought, okay, I'll just start with something small because for
Hmm.
alcohol, again, it has to be non-porous. So
Okay.
first I had to learn what do I need to seal the canvas with before I start because otherwise the ink's just going to sink into it
Yep. Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
need it to float across the surface. So
Hmm.
I've been, again, looking for resources, watching all kinds of classes and tutorials. I'm going to start really small. Like we're talking 6 by 6.
I
I
mean,
may or may not
that's
have bought.
a good size, though. I mean, that's a real good size, like for wall art to do like little decorations in the home. And so, yeah, that's pretty good size.
I may or may not have bought some little canvases from Dollar Tree that I'm going to try out first.
So if you're going to do some exploration, I highly suggest going with like just the entry level just to figure it out. And then you can, and I know sometimes your materials can impact your outcome. I get it. But if I'm just testing something, I don't want to use like teak wood, I don't want to go there.
Right. I'm not going to start with high end Frederick's canvas. Yeah, no.
No,
So
no.
just start small. But that is something I hope to add this year and maybe get into prints. Um,
Oh.
I've been trying to find a good service that where I could just, paint something like this and send it
Mm-hmm.
in and get nice prints made out of it. Um,
Hmm.
so that's something I'd like to explore this year. Fine art. I've looked at Fine Art America.
Yeah.
I actually had them print one of mine on a canvas, but the gold didn't translate well. Uh,
Uh,
it didn't look gold. It looked more of just ivory. It was very flat.
mm,
So
yeah.
that's okay. That's a business expense. Next.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to do some tests to figure out like who's the best vendor, and the best way to go about it. So, I mean, I understand that completely because I thought, before we got into this pandemic, things were on a good place in terms of supply chain. But recently, like everybody else, our vendors are having to discontinue some frames and cancel some options. I'm like, great, looks like I'm going to redo my product mix. Okay. New
Right.
things.
Hey,
Yay.
just to say, okay, that's an opportunity. Opportunity. I wouldn't have
Very
thought
much.
of.
I was like, but that's my best seller. Yeah,
You
it's
have to
no longer
pivot.
available.
You have to pivot
Yeah, you
constantly.
have to pivot. I thought to myself, if I hit pivot one more time, I'm gonna hit somebody. Like,
Right.
I don't want to hear about another pivot, dip, or anything or whatever. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, so we are pivoting at this point because everybody's going through changes, vendors and people who are supplying things. So we're all going through changes. But it is a good thing to bring in something fresh. Bring in something fresh. So let me just ask you because I am serious. Is there a place where you will start offering more glassware that is painted?
I have actually talked to the Grapevine shop about doing wine glasses for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny. So again, right in the middle of Main Street in Grapevine, great foot traffic.
It is. That it is.
But she said, I would recommend doing stemless wine glasses for our shop because people been going to the wineries when they come in here and they're a little bit clumsy and I wouldn't want to see your pretty stemmed, wine glasses go crashing to the floor. So yeah.
She has a point. She has a point when they do that wine festival, and the sidewalks are filled, and people are getting their fill. So it's like but here's the deal. I appreciate really nice stemware. I have my stemware that I love that we bring out for. I'm going to use old people terms, special occasions. But on a day that's all right, we're going to have like that's yeah, like that's a good china. That's a good china. But on a daily basis, we're doing stemless. You know,
Oh, I like that.
I know, I know, isn't it pretty? I just, like I don't need another piece of glassware, but I can't. You know, I'm addicted. I studied home products. It's in my blood. I can't help it. So it's what it is.
I
Um,
think the
but
only
yeah,
reason I
stemless
haven't
is great.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I think the reason I haven't done more glassware um, is because these are hand wash only. You know,
mm,
because it's not the ink isn't baked into the product. I mean, it's laying on
yeah.
top, and these
Mhm.
sealants, um, you know, if water gets in between the sealant and the glass, the ink's going to go. So
Mm,
I don't. I'm always willing to do it for someone. I just made a set of 6. Yeah, I posted those 6 wine glasses for someone. Um, but I do tell them up front, okay, these will be hand washed. Is that okay with you? Uh, because I don't want you to be disappointed that you can't pop it in the dishwasher after.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're little.
I would. I would like to believe that if you're going down the road of stemware, that you are hand washing your stemware. I mean, even these, even though I could put in the dishwasher, this is a hand wash. It's a hand wash job. It's like I'm
Okay,
not putting that in there. No, mm-mm,
right.
no. But keep in mind, I again am a person who is, you know, I studied home products. I got my degree in it. We feel some kind of way about knives and window treatments and floor coverings, like all things home. I feel some kind of way. But you know, people are like, no, put it in the dishwasher. Like my husband, put it in the dishwasher. Is like, hey, that's a knife. I'm sorry, and it's a wood stop at that. Can we not do that, please? He's like,
No,
no, don't do it. Don't no, don't do that. Don't do that.
great
So
mom. Don't
I
worry.
said, yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just never wash dishes again. I'm okay with that. And he was like, that's fine. And then the next weekend, he's like, well, I'm washing. I was like, no, 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 no. I'll wash those dishes. Thank you. Um,
Right. I mean, you know, to be fair, so far, not one person has said, "Oh, never mind." Not one person. Like, "Oh, that's fine." So
yeah.
you know, I'm sure to include, I include a care card with each one that says, no microwave, please hand
Yeah.
wash, please dry right
Mhm.
away, enjoy.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, like, you feel like you should have to say those things, but
You
if
do.
you're getting anything that is handcrafted, you got to know you need a little extra care there. So let's not go checking it in your dishwasher and letting all that heat and everything else like ruin your stuff. Don't do that. All
Right.
right, well, I like the idea of you putting out, you know, some perhaps maybe some glassware. You're gonna probably do some canvases. Now, do you do things special for like the holidays, like Christmas or Thanksgiving? Do you ever do anything that's like seasonal or well, they're already one of a kind, but seasonal?
Yes. So just this last year was the first time I painted ornaments. And
I did see those.
those were so fun, and they were a really good seller. Especially the larger ones that just hang on a like a decorative stand. Those,
Hmm.
those went fast. But that was the first seasonal thing I had tried, and I loved it. So I already have a stash ready to go for this year. Girlfriend's thinking
I
ahead.
was the retailer in me said, now you are planning to do that like in July and August, right? To be ready for the holiday season. I just want to
Yes,
know.
yes. But that's the thing too, right? I need to start thinking like a retailer. Try to think a few seasons ahead at least. So I know that Hobby Lobby starts selling these ornaments that I like. They're white glass
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
in October. So that's where this girl will be. And
Ah,
I'll be buying.
nice.
But yeah, this year I tried to have a few things ready for Mother's Day.
Hmm.
Um, but I do need to get way more out in front of that for sure.
Yeah, I will tell you. Um, in December, I sat down and made my first marketing plan.
Nice.
So I was like, G, you're gonna have to get on the good foot and get this stuff together, get these things ready, start dropping. You know, we've done this enough to to know that I need to if I want to have this promotion here, I need to drop hits here and have this ready here and da 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 da. So we have a full on working marketing plan.
That's amazing. That's
But I
really
know, yeah, but it makes a difference. Like if I'm thinking, like right now we are preparing for Father's Day. We started in March. No, March I started with Mother's Day. In April we still did Mother's Day. May we were doing Father's Day, and we're gonna get like a few more weeks in June, and then we'll start planning for. Hey, it's fall. Let's start planning for your senior session, your back to school session. Oh wait, it's holidays. Because come December, you're not gonna find me.
right. Right. See, and
So
that
yeah.
I will say that is what I need to get better at, is thinking
Hmm.
way out, be way out in front of this stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so far I talk to the shop owners, and like I always tell them, if you find that customers are attracted to this set of colors more than this set of colors, just let me know. Um, if a customer wants a custom color, if somebody comes in and sees a coaster or a mug and says, "Oh, I wish you had those in, green," let me know. I will do that in green. So I do look for their input a lot, and I've started asking them, what holiday is a big
Hmm.
thinking about next.
Hmm.
So far, I'm letting them.
Hmm.
What do I need to be thinking about next? Okay. So yeah, it's a big good for you for having a marketing plan. I need to get on that for sure.
Well, I gotta tell you that like the past 9 years of this 10-year business, I was kind of like just kind of last minute, see the pants kind of thing. But doing it full time, I'm thinking, okay, Gwendolyn, you need to like figure out how you're going to promote and do things and what you want to market and get in the good foot and start putting it out. So of course I pulled on some old knowledge to to help myself get it together and be like, okay, da 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 da, okay, and I'm gonna do da da da, and I'm gonna do da da da, and here I'm not gonna do anything. So
Right.
yeah, it is a script brain, but it makes so much sense, and then I'm not just sort of wondering what's next. It's like, okay, so it's after it's Father's Day, it's summer, but it's a great time to do some senior sessions and family sessions and getting all of it together. It's like get your holiday stuff in because you wanted cards printed and all this stuff because of supply chain issues. You got to get it in early. Like if you really want to get it in early,
Yeah, true story.
otherwise,
Right. And until last year, I was more reactive. Someone would ask, "Hey, could you
yep,
could you do this for me?" Okay, I can do that.
yep,
Now I have to be proactive, and I have to
mm-hmm,
start thinking about what is my market, who is my market, who's my demographic,
mm-hmm,
what colors sell better than other colors. So it does require, you know, a lot of forethought to
mm-hmm.
stay ahead of it, but it's worth it, and it's easier.
It is.
Easier
It
than
is
feeling
so
like,
much easier.
it's easier than feeling like, oh my God, I've got to paint like 6 this weekend. I've got to get those done. But so I try to stay ahead of it now. But
That is so awesome. Melissa, I think who's next? It's almost 3 o'clock. We have sat here and talked and just got all the good tea. I am going to look at that purple and that little blue with some champagne glasses, and they can be stemless. I am perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine.
I need to find those champagne glasses. I
Yeah,
love that.
I got this. So, when I got married a few years back, I was on this hunt for like all things his and hers, or she's the boss.
Of course.
So yeah, right. But yeah, like I got this from I think Nordstrom Rack because they had a really nice collection of like stemless wear. They had like little sayings and things on it. That was a big thing. I think it's still a big thing. I have found though they have moved towards like a nice acrylic or polycarbonate versus glass.
Okay.
And, well, for outdoor patio because people in glass and outdoors and alcohol is
Yeah.
not so great, not so great there. But yeah, I mean, I like the stemless ones. I really do, and that's my everyday thing. And then we do like the holidays, but we haven't done that in a while because of COVID. I got this stemware, or I'm feeling extra special, but typically, this is actually fancy. Normally, I get like a regular glass tumbler just pour it in. So
That works too.
that's how we roll sometimes. I'm like, man, forget that. Just pour this in here and call it a day.
Nobody's judging me, so I'm just pouring it.
Nope, no, not at all. It all goes down the same place, so who cares?
Right.
And I can get the whiff aroma. It's fine. Yeah, it's like, is that a tumbler? It's a glass tumbler. Yes, it is.
You are correct. Well, that's something I also tried this year, was doing the stencils. So I hadn't tried that until I think that the paw prints were one of the first stencils I tried. I had not, dipped my toe in that world at all of actually cutting my own removable stencils and painting around it. So that's opened up a whole other demographic too, which is
well. If I can speak for a pet parent as a person who had rabbits, I had one for 11 years. I had another one for a few years. Rabbits are beautiful animals. We love things that have bunnies on them. So I know people got their cats and they have their dogs. Rabbits are right behind the cats and dogs. So put it out there for you.
All right, I hear you.
So you want to tap into a market that's been slightly overlooked. Bunny owners. Bunny owners. I'll tell you that right now. Bunny owners. And there's a lot of us. There is a lot of us. And these are house bunnies. So they run free in the home, just like your cat, just like your dog. We love them just as everybody else, but we are a market.
This is a perfect example of having a good tribe. Like that's information.
Oh, yeah.
I never would have thought to make a bunny stencil. Never.
Yes. I mean, my rabbit, like I said, I've had a couple. But God, I don't have any animals now. Like we travel so much to have animals, but even I am still picking up like rabbit things here and there, bookmarks. People give me jewelry. I don't mind like little mugs and things because they're cute. But that's a market. Check out Instagram and you will be surprised how many people are posting videos of their buns. Not like bun, but yeah. But buns, buddies. Yes.
Consider it done.
So don't forget those pet owners. You got cats, dogs, and then you got rabbits. I mean, snakes are in there too, but I don't know about, I'm not big on snakes. It's not my thing. Not my thing. Melissa, thank you so much for giving me this hour. So I'm highly excited. I am waiting for Melissa 2.0, clearly, and I'm not going to find these shops and be like, that's definitely Milli. That's all I can say it.
That is the dream, girl. And I really appreciate you talking to me today. And I really appreciate your support so much.
Sweet. Have a beautiful, safe weekend.
You too.
My DM is coming. I'm thinking a set of 6. If you need me to help source this, I'm all good to help source it so we can get this going. But that purple and blue is rocking. So.
All right. I got you.
Cool. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Melissa, thank you for being here. And everybody have a safe weekend.
All right. Thanks, Gwendolyn. Bye.
Bye.